Have you ever looked up at the stars and thought, this has nothing to do with me? That what's happening up there, in the silence of space, is far removed from our day-to-day lives? Well, what if I told you that space isn't distant at all? That it's quietly influencing almost everything around you? The way you move, what you eat, how you stay healthy, even how you survive emergencies. It's easy to dismiss space exploration as a billionaire's playground or a scientific luxury. But in truth, the technologies born in orbit are solving real-world problems right here on Earth. And by the end of this video, I promise you'll never see space the same way again. Let's start with something you're probably holding right now, your phone. Your GPS? Straight from the stars. Every time you open maps, hail a ride, track a delivery, or check the location of a loved one, you're depending on satellites orbiting thousands of kilometers above the Earth. Originally designed for military use, GPS was refined by space research. Without space programs, the precision we rely on today wouldn't exist. Now, here's something fascinating from a psychological standpoint. Human brains are wired to normalize innovation. It's called hedonic adaptation. What once felt like magic, getting turn-by-turn directions on a glass screen, now feels ordinary. But the truth is, this ordinary only exists because of decades of space science and engineering. And let's not forget emergencies. Search and rescue teams today use satellite-based location systems to save lives faster. When someone's stranded at sea or buried under rubble after an earthquake, space is literally helping locate them before it's too late. But beyond the skies, let's come down to Earth, right into your home. Let's talk food. Astronauts can't exactly pop down to the local grocery store, right? So NASA and other space agencies had to develop advanced preservation methods. Enter vacuum-sealed packaging, freeze-dried meals, and minimal waste food storage systems. Now think about that next time you tear open a snack bar or store dry foods that stay edible for months. Those technologies? Born out of necessity, in space. And that innovation didn't stop with packaging. NASA had to figure out how to grow food on spacecrafts and space stations. This led to the development of hydroponic systems, a method of growing plants without soil using mineral-rich water solutions. Fast forward to today, and vertical farms are popping up in city centers all around the globe. Places where land is scarce, where soil quality is poor, suddenly they're able to grow leafy greens indoors year-round without pesticides or harmful runoff. And that's not just feeding people, it's changing the future of agriculture. But here's what's truly mind-blowing. Plants grown in space have revealed how they adapt to extreme conditions. That research has helped scientists develop crop varieties that are more resistant to heat, drought, and poor soil. All growing concerns here on a warming planet. So yes, growing lettuce in space is cool. But using that knowledge to feed millions of people during climate crises? That's revolutionary. Now let's shift focus to your body, because believe it or not, your health is also being shaped by space. One of the first problems researchers faced with long-term space travel was the toll it takes on astronauts' bones. In zero gravity, bone density decreases rapidly. So scientists studied the process in depth, and what they discovered didn't just help astronauts, it helped millions of people on Earth. This research gave us new understanding of osteoporosis and helped develop better treatments and preventative strategies for bone loss, especially in elderly populations. But we didn't stop at bones. Let's talk about medical imaging. The same technology used to analyze distant galaxies, high-resolution sensors, signal processing, and advanced imaging, is now used in MRIs and CAT scans. The algorithms that help us detect faint light in deep space, they're helping doctors detect tumors and abnormalities earlier than ever before. And now we're entering a whole new frontier, 3D bioprinting. In microgravity environments like the International Space Station, scientists can print human tissues, even organs, more effectively because the structures aren't collapsing under their own weight like they do on Earth. The result? Research that could one day allow us to print kidneys, livers, or even hearts for people in need. Let that sink in for a second. Because we studied how to survive in space, we might one day save lives here. But the impact of space exploration doesn't stop with tech or medicine. Let's talk psychology. There's something called the overview effect. It's a cognitive shift reported by astronauts who've seen Earth from orbit. A sudden realization that we are all connected, floating together on a fragile blue dot in the vast darkness. No borders, no politics, just one home, shared by all. That perspective has inspired global movements for environmental protection, peace, and unity. And more importantly, it changes how people act. Because when you feel the connection, you start to live differently. Even now, as private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin lower the cost of reaching orbit, more and more people will have the chance to experience that shift. Not just scientists, not just billionaires, but everyday citizens. We're entering a time where you might know someone who goes to space, where students today will work in orbit tomorrow, where kids growing up now will see Mars not just as a planet, but a destination. And with that future comes new challenges and new possibilities. Asteroid mining could provide rare materials without destroying Earth's ecosystems. Space-based solar panels could beam clean energy to any place on the planet. And experiments in zero gravity could unlock cures and technologies we haven't even imagined yet. But here's the truth, and it's important. Space exploration is not about leaving Earth. It's about understanding it better, protecting it better, and improving life for everyone who lives here. You see, space isn't just a place. It's a perspective. A reminder that everything is connected, from the deepest galaxy to the phone in your pocket. And understanding that perspective, that's what makes us evolve. So the next time someone says, "Why spend money on space when there are problems on Earth?" you can smile and say, "Exactly. That's why we explore space." Because everything we learn up there helps us down here. Now, if this video shifted your perspective even a little, I'd love for you to be part of this journey with us. Tap that like button, not for the algorithm, but because it tells us you care about something bigger. Subscribe, not just to follow a channel, but to join a community that believes in the future, not as a dream, but as something we build together. And hey, drop a comment. Tell me one space innovation you didn't know was impacting your daily life. I read every single one. Until next time, keep looking up, because when we explore the stars, we learn how to be better humans.